little front camera that likes to just turn itself off. Everybody's a critic. It dies on me. It's like crap. It's a used camera. It's good to know that it doesn't work. I feel like less in the bank than this camera costs. You can't even buy a better one. Actually, I have like a lot in savings. So I just have to go to the bank to transfer it, and I don't really like doing that. I did once, a few months ago. I can hardly do anything. If I've never done it before, then I really can't do it at all, it seems. It's so hard. I mean, for years, for example, I was going to get I always like change the oil in my car on my own because, it's pretty straightforward. My brother did it, so I kind of knew what to do. But the real truth is that I really rather have, taken it to a place, if for no other reason, just for the experience of doing it, because I have social phobia, and I really hate changing the oil in my car. It takes a long time, and I don't know, it's not fun. But the problem I've always had was I didn't know what to do. And when you go there, I even tried asking people at my work where it was at, without spelling it out, people don't really get the level of detail I need to understand and know, just to do things. If I could just be invisible and follow people around and see how do they do it exactly, so I won't have to suffer embarrassment doing these little things. This cool. Let's see, what are some things I need to talk about eventually? I have no idea. Okay, here's a story. A few days ago, I went to the DMV for my license renewal, driver's license renewal, and this was while I wasn't taking any Klonopin for the month. Also did things I hadn't done in a while, without the medication. I got a haircut. So it seems like a small thing. It's like I always know that I can, go out and physically do stuff. It's just usually not very comfortable. And it wasn't that bad when I got the haircut because I've done it so many times before. The DMV thing was, that was very, very bad. I mean, I think I was like having mini panic attacks. I was like heart racing, I didn't know, whether or not I was supposed to have my car registration or not. Wasn't really sure. I got there late. The place closes at 4, and I was waiting for everyone to leave the house before I went, and I had to go to an ATM first, and I ended up getting there like at 3:50, and I was like kind of worrying. Should I just head back and go home because wait till the next day? But this was on my birthday. The thing expires on my birthday, and this is what I did for my birthday, by the way. So I went in there. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it the next day or what. So and I was worried about what they thought. Like, oh gee, this is what you're doing on your birthday. But I kind of got over that. I was like, who cares? I figured the worst thing that could happen if I got there too late, they would just say, oh sorry, we're not doing that today, and I'd end up going home. You need your old driver's license and your insurance, and I had brought that. And I'm in line, the little turnstile waiting line, and there's no signs that say that you need this or that or whatever. So as you're standing in there for the line, they mentioned something. The thing that was really getting me was if you were getting a renewal. I was getting a renewal, but they had reinstatement too, and I'm like, well, what does reinstatement mean? Is that getting a new license? You know, like I don't know the terminology. I mean, they had someone, the cop there or something mentioned it, and I was right there in line, so I asked them, is renewals okay? He was like, oh yeah, yeah. But I don't really trust them because, you know, people are stupid. And, you know, I don't know. And sometimes I misinterpret things when people say stuff. So, but the thing was though, the door would lock at 4. That's like a lot of businesses I notice. You know, you can go in whenever, and after 4, you can't go in or go or leave. You know, you can't come and go. But they will take care of everyone uh, who's still in the building. So that's one thing. And I very long wait in line, and then people started talking. I don't know. The guy said something to the people in line, and they started talking about how the pictures for the driver's license, was going to be closed, and I started freaking out. But they only had like a bit of information. They didn't know what they were talking about, and I was just like freaking out, like, oh god, like, why would they do that to me? It's like rumors, they start saying it. The cop came back, and I guess someone said something to him, and he said, I never said anything about the camera closing. It was something else for reimbursement or I don't remember, for reinstatement. I don't know what that involves, but that closed at 4. So if you didn't do it by then, whatever, you were gone. And show up the next day. So I get in there, I'm just freaking out really. I was not comfortable the whole time I was there. The whole thing took like an hour, but it was mostly waiting in lines, either standing or sitting or whatever. Eventually I got called over to the place, to like a desk, and someone noticed my driver's license, my birthday, and she was like, oh, happy birthday, which is the only acknowledgement I got that whole day. And she said, and I don't know if she was joking or not, I guess this is the way it is for real people. She said, so you having a formal or informal birthday party? And it's like, I mean, I didn't even know there was like kinds. There was like, I've never had a birthday party. I mean, unless your family giving you a cake when you're a little kid counts as a party. I mean, I don't know. Still, for them it's like a reality. This is the way it is, and for me it's like, no. I've never had like more than like 5 friends at one time in my life. I don't think there are that many people. I've known a lot of people, but not like in a way I would call them my friends really.